guys, I'm just going to jump straight into the books. It's going to be, I'm going to call it a book tour. It's just books I read in the past month and a half. Because one of my friends was like, I gave her 3 options for a video and she's like, oh, I need new books. So I just thought I would do these books then. First is, I'm gonna kind of give you like little snippets about Delirium and, well, the book Delirium. This is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I'll read the back and stuff and I'll tell you a little bit about it. They say that the cure for love will make me happy and safe forever. I've always believed them until now. Now everything has changed. Now I'd rather be infected with love for the teeniest sliver of a second than live 100 years suffocated by a lie. There was a time when love was the most important thing in the world. People would go to the end of the earth to find it. They would tell lies for it, even kill for it. Then at last they found the cure. So this is a dystopian world where the world has decided that love is a disease. So on your 18th birthday, or as close to your 18th birthday, they give you this cure where they take out everything, like I think like they change the brain or something to where you cannot love. But there are consequences and stuff, like people can abuse their children because of this. But yeah, but then it's like the way that she writes it, it makes you think, like, and like, it can make you think, 'cause like, the way that she's written it is like, oh my god, love can be a disease. Like, there's this book of, I can't really remember, but it gives you like all the stuff what love is disease-wise. So like, there's phase 1, difficulty focusing, dry mouth, sweaty palms. Phase 2, hysterical laughter, heightened energy, tears of despair. Phase 3, and there's a lot more, but I'm just kind of paraphrasing it. Difficulty breathing, pain in the chest, throat and stomach, difficulty to eat, violent thoughts and fantasies. And phase 4, fatal, emotional or physical paralysis or partial or total death. So the way, like, yeah, like, if you think about it, if you fall in love for the very first time, even, like, love in general, you do get these kind of emotions where, like, the way that they've done it in the book is it's a disease, and I guess, like, the way that I can think about it is love is kind of isn't a disease, but, like, I can see where they're coming from. And there's, like, what I really like about this book is that she's taken, like, nursery rhymes and has totally twisted them into where it's love is a disease. And I'm just going to read you chapter 6. Mama, mama, help me get home. I'm out in the woods, I'm out on my own. I found me a werewolf and nasty old mutt. It showed me its teeth and went straight for my gut. Mama, mama, help me get home. I'm out in the woods, I'm out on my own. I was stopped by a vampire, a rotting old wreck. It showed me its teeth and went straight for my neck. Mama, mama, put me to bed. I won't make it home, I'm already half dead. I met an invalid and fell for his art. He showed me his smile and went straight for my heart. So yeah, I think that's, and the way like she writes it, it's like she totally twists like nursery rhymes. There's one about the frying with Anne the ladybird, and it's like you can understand why in this book, in this dystopian world, you can see why love would be a disease for them. So yeah. Next is Pandemonium. Unflinching, heartbreaking and totally addictive, this novel will push your emotions to the limit. Lena's been to the very edge. She's questioned love and life-changing and agonizing choices that come with it. She's made her decision, but can she survive the consequences? Pandemonium is the explosive and sequel to the critical acclaim and best-selling Delirium. The one thing I don't like about this book is that it's just normal chapters. It doesn't have any little nursery rhymes, but again, what I really like about the series is that the 2 books, oh my god, the cliffhangers in these 2 books. So yep, I would definitely recommend these 2 books. And then there's Requiem, which is coming out 2013. The next book is The Selection by Kira Kath. In the world of glittering gowns and priceless jewels, The selection is a chance of a lifetime to compete for the gorgeous Prince Maxim's heart. But for the American singer, it means turning her back on her secret love and leaving home for a prize she doesn't want. Then America meets Maxim, and all her plans start to crumble. Can the life she always dreamed of compared to the future she never imagined? Basically, this reminds me a lot of Chemical Gardens. If you read Chemical Gardens and the read this, you can kind of see where the similarities are. But basically, there's these it's like the Hunger Games, but it's not. And people have compared this to the Hunger Games as well, but it's definitely nothing like the Hunger Games. But like, there's the cities, and like in each city there's a class. So like, you've got like royalty, and then you've got like kind of celebrities, and then you've got America, which she is in. I think she might be in number 11, I think. But yeah, if you want a full review of this, I'll be happy to give you it, because I love this book. I finished it within 6 hours. So I can't wait for the next book of this to come out. Next is The Uglies, The Pretties and the Specials. These are by Scott Westerfield. Uglies is the first book. Tally can't wait to turn 16 and become pretty. 16 is the magic number that brings a transformation from a repellent ugly into a stunning, attractive pretty, and encapsulates you into a high-tech paradise where your only job is to have a really great time. In just a few weeks, Tally will be there. But Tally's new friend Shay isn't sure she wants to become pretty. She'd rather risk her life on the outside. When Shay runs away, Tally learns about a whole new side of the pretty world, and it isn't very pretty. The authorities offer Tally the worst choice she can imagine: find her friend and turn her in, or never turn pretty at all. The choice Tally makes changes her whole world forever. This is again like the Hunger Games, I think, and people compare it to Hunger Games. But in this world, everybody on their 16th birthday gets turned pretty, where it's they can choose little modifications, but it's very like cookie cut shaped people, where like when they're ugly, people call them like skinnies or uglies or fat noses. Like, it's just, and they're brought up in that way where like, oh, I'll get the best job when I'm pretty, whatever. And it's just I like this book. The next in that series is Pretties. This is my favourite book out of the 3 books. Tally has finally become pretty. Now her looks are beyond perfect. Her clothes are cool, her boyfriend is totally gorgeous, and she's completely popular. It's everything she ever wanted. But beneath all the fun, the non-stop parties, and the high-tech luxury, the total freedom is a nagging sense that something is wrong, something important. Then a message from Tally's ugly past arrives. Reading it, Tally remembers what's wrong with pretty life, and the fun stops cold. Now she has to choose between fighting to forget what she knows and fighting for her life. Now, once you become pretty, your memories start to fade. Like, they again, it's like Delirium, where they kind of mess with your brain. And yeah, and there's a scene in the book where she's describing what happens when you become pretty, where like they like scrub you down and like they rearrange your bones and stuff, and it's like, what the hell? Like, I don't see why. Like, okay, I can see why like people want to become pretty. It's like there would be no like racism or whatever, because you would all get changed into this like cookie cutter kind of person. So there would be no bullying unless you were ugly, etc. So I can see why she's kind of put it in this way, but again, it's I hope like our world will never become like this. Next is the specials. Now, big spoilers on the blurb of this. Special circumstances. The words have sent chills down Tally's spine since her days as a repellent, rebellious, ugly. Back then, the specials were a sinister rumour, frightening, beautiful, dangerous, strong, and breathtakingly fast. And now Tally became one of them. A super-armed fighting machine engineered to keep the uglies down and pretty stupid. But one tiny corner of Tally's heart will so remember something different. When she is ordered to stamp out the rebels of New Smoke, she is forced to make one last choice: carry out the mission she's been programmed to complete, or listen to the faint yet persistent heartbeat that tells her something's wrong. So yeah, this book, this is the last book I think of this series. There's the extras as well, but this is just where she kind of makes the whole world kind of like a piece of place, like la di da da. But it doesn't get like that until the very end chapters. So again, I recommend these books. Next is Kill You Last. Some girls are glamorous and beautiful and deadly. Shelby's dad makes a fortune photographing wannabe teen models until the girls start going missing. Only Shelby can clear her dad's name and means finding the killer. Local models wanted. Must be tall, gorgeous, and not afraid to die. This isn't a series, but there's also other books, Blood in My Hands and Wish You Were Dead. But Kill You Last is the first book I've read by this Todd. Todd Strasser. So for the first book, I thought amazing. It's such a page turner. Like, you can kind of see where the book's gonna go in like the first few chapters, but by the end you're like, what happened? How the hell did you get here? But yeah, so in that way, I really like it. Next is Forbidden. Forbidden. You've always been my best friend, my soulmate, and now I've fallen in love with you. Why is that such a crime? She is pretty and talented, sweet 16, and never been kissed. He is 17, gorgeous, and on the brink of a bright future. And now they have fallen in love, but they are brother and sister. I can't say more than that. But yeah, it reminds me very much of Brother and Sister, the book. But I can't really say anything more than that because I'd be giving stuff away. Next one is Slut. 14-year-old Jessica wants some attention, but her newly divorced mother is spending all her time grieving over her heartbroken marriage. Her father is far too busy with his new life and new girlfriend to notice Jessica. As for her older sister, well, she's clueless. Jessica's best friend since childhood is still behaving like a child. The only thing Jessica doesn't feel invisible is when she's around boys and men. With the right clothes and the attitude, she discovers she's guaranteed to get all the male attention she wants, but at a cost. But at what cost? It's all too easy to get more than she bargained for. Now, the way that I read this, I thought there was much more in this book. This is a major spoiler, by the way. There's just this one guy where it could be like, yeah, she was kind of a slut with him. But like, I thought there's gonna be like a few chapters where she is just a slut by the title, but it's not like that. It's just her trying to find herself after her mother and her father's divorce. So I wouldn't let the title or the back put you off. This is a very, let's just say, a girl trying to find herself. But these are the books I've read this month, but I'm going to suggest something else. Please read Anita Blake. Oh my god, I cannot say enough good stuff about the Anita Blake books. There is about 20 books in all, so it'll keep you going for a very long time. I've just started reading them all over again. I am in Burnt Offerings, and that is 1, 2, 3. This is the 7th book in the series. But please read Anita Blake. It is the best book, dare I say it, better than Twilight. I've said it, it's better than Twilight. I've got no shame in this, it's better than Twilight. But oh my god, if you've got to read one series in your whole life, read Anita Blake. I just can't say enough about this book. But the first book, what you need to pick up is Guilty Pleasures. But yeah, so that was my books. So hopefully that will give you some ideas, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!